Hey everyone, it's May and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the 50 questions you've never been asked tag. I haven't done one of these in so long. I think the last time I did this was like a couple summers ago when I did like a 15 weird questions tag. I just like doing these because I think they're fun. Thinking of new video ideas and I was like, why don't I do another one of those, because I haven't done that in a while. So let's get into it. I am not going to do all of them, I'm just going to do like the ones that I like the most. What is your favorite candle scent? Definitely anything like pumpkin spice, autumny. I only like lighting candles in like fall and winter. Spring and summer candles are just weird because like why do you want to light a candle when it's hot outside? I just love like a cozy fall vibes candle. How old do you think you'll be when you get married? To be honest, I really don't see myself getting married, but if I did, it would be like 30s or 40s, like when I was much older. Can you do a split? No. I'm actually trying to get my splits, maybe. I don't know that it will ever be possible, but I am trying to stretch and really work on my flexibility and doing a lot of like hamstring stretches to get my like front splits, is that what you call it? Yeah. And I try to do stretches for middle splits as well, but I'm like mostly focusing on front splits. I don't know if I'll ever get them, but maybe I'll get more flexible at least. How old were you when you learned how to ride a bike? I think I was like 7 or 8. I was a little bit on the older side, I think. I just like never learned when I was younger. I mean, I just rode with training wheels, and then when I was 7 or 8 I learned to ride without. How many oceans have you swam in? I've swam in the Pacific, the Atlantic, and I don't know what the ocean's called, but the one by Italy. I don't know. I'm gonna look at the map. This isn't giving me Mediterranean Sea, maybe? Whatever the, yeah. Or Adriatic. I don't remember which coast it was. I think it was Mediterranean. Yeah. 3 is the answer to that. How many countries have you been to? Hold up, I should have gotten these answers before I started filming. I always log it on bin. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. What would you name your daughter if you had one? So I have a lot of girls' names that I like, but it's honestly so hard to decide. Like, I really like the name Verity. I really like the name Bree. Adrian, I really like that name too. But I think that if I had a daughter, I would name her Lucy with the middle name Skylar. I really like that name. What would you name your son if you had one? I would name him Cole, middle name Spencer. And I also really like the name Luca. Or Cohen. I really like that name too. There's too many good names out there. I'm obsessed with names. I have a whole document of names that I can like pull from for characters. I love naming characters, and it's so hard. It's so important to get the right vibe of the name for the person. What's the worst grade you got on a test? Honestly, I don't remember. It would probably be a D or an F. I mean, in high school, I almost always got A's and the occasional B. And I think I got a C one time on a history test in middle school, and I cried. I think I got a D on a geometry test one time and I had to retake it, and I think I may have actually failed an A-push test one time. So I vaguely remember actually failing an A-push test, but I don't think it like tanked my grade that much because I still got an A in the class. I don't know. What was your favorite TV show when you were a child? Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I mean, when I say child, I mean like in like elementary school, middle school, not like super little kid, because I don't think I really watched that much TV when I was super young, but I really did like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. What did you dress up as on Halloween when you were 8? I was a mermaid and my mom made the costume. She always made my Halloween costumes when I was growing up. Have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series? I read Harry Potter and Hunger Games. I read Hunger Games when it was hype, when it was out and everyone was reading it. I didn't read Harry Potter until high school, which was like very strange. Everyone else had read it. It was so ingrained in everything, and finally my friends convinced me to read it. And I liked it, but probably not as much as I would have if I had grown up reading it the same way and like going to the movie premieres and like, you know, it's just not the same when you read it later, but I did like them. I never read Twilight. I've heard like mixed things, like my friend's reading them right now and she said that like the writing's not good, but like it's really like an engaging story, and I don't know, I might try it eventually, who knows, but I just have so many books that I need to read that I can't even think about that. Would you rather have an American accent or a British accent? British, definitely. That would be so much cooler. I used to pretend that I was British when I was younger and annoy my parents whenever we traveled places and try to talk in a British accent. And when I went to London with my friend who was French, I pretended that I had an English accent when I was in London. That's how into it I was, because I wanted to see if I could pass it off. And no one said anything weird to me, but I don't know. Did your mother go to college? Yes. Are your grandparents still married? I only have one grandparent left, so I guess no. Have you ever taken karate lessons? No. What's the first amusement park you've been to? Disneyland. I think I was like 4. What language besides your native language would you like to be fluent in? This is probably obvious to anyone who knows me, but French. I don't think I will ever be fluent just because I don't have the dedication, but when I go back and teach there, I'd like to become more conversational, because I think I've lost a lot since I got back from study abroad. And also knowing Italian would be really cool too. I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to learn Italian since I knew French. I mean, it might get confusing because it's so similar, but the languages are in the same family, so I feel like it would be pretty easy to learn. And then I also would like to learn Korean because I want to teach there too, and that's quite different. Do you spell the color gray as with an E or with an A? I always spell it with an E. I don't know, I just think it looks better. Is your father bald? I'm gonna say kind of. I mean, basically, but he shaves it. And so sometimes it's some hair, but most of the time it's bald. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? Titanic all the way. I like The Notebook, it's a good movie, but Titanic is my favorite movie of all time. Nothing will ever beat Titanic for me. That is it. What is the name of your favorite restaurant? Chevy's or Makuni. I really can't decide. They're tied. Have you ever been to Olive Garden? Of course, who hasn't been to Olive Garden? What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? I was gonna be named Spencer Cole, and I really like that, so that's why I would name my son Cole Spencer, just because I like Cole better. I'd want that to be the first name. Hey, if you have a nickname, what is it? May. I think you guys knew that. Would you rather live in a rural area or the suburbs? It's kind of a weird question. I want to live in an urban area actually, but I guess given the choice, suburbs out of these. I really don't want to live in a rural area. Can you whistle? Yes. Do you sleep with a nightlight? No, I do not. I actually can't sleep with any light, which is why I'm so excited that I have my own room now that I'm home, because it was terrible. Whenever I went to bed before my roommate, I have to leave some kind of light on so that she could see when she came in, and then I had to wear my mask. Same thing in the dorms. It was just, I can't. I hate having a light on when I sleep. It has to be pitch dark. Do you eat breakfast every morning? Yes. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Yes, when I was really young. I mean, everyone always talks about all those animated Disney movies and stuff, and I truly don't remember them because I just saw them when I was super young, so I probably couldn't tell you much about Finding Nemo except that he was a clownfish. But yeah. Where do you buy your jeans? American Eagle. That is the only place that I buy my jeans. What's the last compliment you got? I mean, I had work today and a student said that the session was helpful, so does that count? Do you remember your dreams in the morning? Yes, but only for a second. It's weird. When you're in that stage when you're kind of half asleep, I still remember it really well, but then as soon as I get up and start going about my day, I forget it unless something in the day or something someone says triggers it. For a while, I tried to get into the routine of writing down my dreams or writing them on an app in the morning, and so I still sometimes do that if I can remember it when I truly do wake up. But a lot of times I just forget it really quickly, or I don't feel like writing it down. What flavor of tea do you enjoy? Everything. I love tea so much. For caffeinated teas, my favorite would have to be Earl Grey. I mean, if we're not counting matcha, because I feel like matcha is a powder, it's different. But if we are counting matcha, then definitely matcha. But otherwise, Earl Grey would be my favorite. Also chai and just green tea. And for herbal, peppermint. How many pairs of shoes do you currently own? I just counted. I have 23. I don't know if that's a lot, but yeah. What religion will you raise your children to practice? I am not religious, so nothing. I would just encourage them to think about the world in the way they wanted to, and if they wanted to join a church, that's fine, I guess. I wouldn't go with them, but I wouldn't like try to make them think one way or another. I just encourage them to like ask questions about the world. I don't know. How old were you when you found out that Santa wasn't real? I think like 7 or 8. Yeah, so that's it. I want to know what some of your guys' answers to these questions are. If you had one that you really resonated with or liked, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!